Morning, Jules here from Joolsedesigns at JT Creations. So welcome to my channel, and what we're doing today, we're doing a collage of book page pockets. So I have used magnets on that to keep them closed, but I've used 2 corner pockets and put them in, and then I put magnets on there and just put some paper on. I put magnets under there, and that just keeps them closed. Then I've got like little tags there. I decided to put a window in that one. Didn't put a window in that one, but I put the same tag in. And then we've got little bits of ephemera. We've got the Scotch whiskey, and we've got the corrugated cardboard tag in there. And you can see it fits in the journal perfect. So what I want to do is I want to put one in my ideas journal, because it is an idea that it's probably not a new idea, but it's one that I came up with, and I decided that I wanted to put one on the graph paper. Now while I was making the pockets, I made a couple, and I did a daisy one out of that one. And when I did if you follow me, you'll know that I did 10 different book page pockets. So this is one of them, and I decided that I would use that one behind this one. And so we're going to make another one of these, and I'm going to make it roughly the same size so that I can put magnets on there. You can put ribbon, you can put a little bit of ribbon on. You can put your ribbon, fit it into the back of your journal and do it that way if you wanted. In fact, I think what we might do is we might do a little bit of, I've used it before, and it's like a rope fastener with a button, because when I cut this out, I had this left, and then I had a couple more, so I put them on, embossed them, and I used little buttons as the centres, and I quite like that. So I think that's what we'll do. All I use is I've been using dictionary page. Now this dictionary page is a little bit wider than the one that I was using, because I've got encyclopedias. So this is encyclopedia page, this is dictionary page, and I don't want it, I want the pocket actually smaller, so I've got a shorter bit here, so I think that's what we'll use for this one. And all I do is I fold a little bit over, so that's your flap, and I want my pocket this side, so I'll put my flap that way, and then I want my pocket roughly about the same size as this, so we'll just move it over. There's no right and wrong measurements with this, it's what you want, not don't worry about it. So that's that. So I'm just going to trim this off, make a nice little pocket on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that over in there like that, and that's the pocket that goes underneath like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a thumb notch in there. This is the top, and I just guess it, and it's just a circle punch I use. And what I want to do is I want to glue the bottom and the side And the reason I'm putting this in my ideas journal is to remind me to do these type of pockets where I can overlap them. And because it's got the daisy, you know, the cutouts in the book page, I quite like that. And I'm just going to mitre this little flap. This is the bit that fits, the flap fits in the page. I'm not putting a window in that one, but I am going to cover it. I am going to ink around it. What I might do is I might actually stitch this. So what I'll do is I'll take it on the sewing machine and I'll stitch down here, along there and along there. And I think I might use yellow. I've got red on the pocket. I might use that one and not vintage photo. Okay, so that's going to go there, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a little pocket on this. Flaps under there. In fact, what I might do is I might make another one of them without the flowers and use that on a different page, and put the bigger one behind, or use an even smaller one still. Stitch them. I'm going to make this other pocket. I've decided, and I want, do I want it smaller or do I want it bigger? I want it bigger, I think. So I'm going to turn that down, because I can, yeah, so that's going to go on that way, because obviously I want my flap. Doesn't really matter. I want a flap there. And I want that to go over there. So I'm just looking at the, yeah. So that's that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim that off, because this is 5.5. Okay, I'm just going to take this corner out and mitre that flap down a bit. Now this is at the end, so I might get some glue out of it, I might not. At the end here, you've still got a load of glue in, enough to do. So what I usually do is I take a lollipop stick and I scrape it out. Now that's come away there, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over that, because this is 2 pages stuck together, remember, and that's that. And I want that there. And I want a thumb notch in there too, but because it's thicker paper it should, yep. Then I'm going to ink round this, and I'm going to do it in walnut stain, this one. And then I'm just going to grab my chair and go along here. I've found if I rest my wrist on the desk I can get a straight line. If I try and do it in the air, you know, holding it up and doing it that way, my straight line just goes right out the window. So there we are. And I think I might do a little bit of stamping on that one. So what happens is that's the width of the page. So we put these in, and those flaps go behind that, like that. And that sits like there. So I've got that amount of room to get magnets in, and it looks quite nice. And in fact we're going to use rope, aren't we, with buttons, which is fine. And then that, you've got a pocket there, and you've got a pocket behind, so you can have something tall because you can have something sticking out, and it makes the page look interesting. This one's going to go on there, and we're going to have this one stuck on there. So I am going to stick this one on because this will stitch. Oh, he's my husband in. That's it. Dora's back, and she's telling him that he had no right going out without her, although he's just taken her out for a walk. Okay, so that's me back. So I've done it. I've done it with the yellow. And we've got that like that. I also come across a little thistle that has been cut with a die out of book page, and I coloured it in. I must have been playing about, so I think I'm going to use that as well. So I'm going to stick this in the book first, and it was this page. And what we need to do is we need this bottom bit in first. Because this is going to be a pocket as well. So I just want that. Don't want it right down at the bottom. And then these flaps need to go in. And I need to get this glue right up to the edge so that the flap sticks on the page, so that nothing will hinder it when it's going in. And need to put that down there, and that sticks down like that. And this one again the same. And we'll pop that down, making sure that these are both the same. Yep. Then we can do these sides. One thing about book page, it's pliable, so you can roll it back. And then we've got that there. And I'm going to get my magnets out, and I think oh no, crikey, I forgot to put the string on, right, so take that off. One here, and that's going to go there. So what we're going to have here, I think, I'm going to trim a little bit of that off. And I think we'll put that there. Just rip that off. Okay, and then we'll just pop that over there. I think we'll just pop this on as well. And that's and we'll have that magnet on there. Double-sided sticky tape. So what I do is I put that on there, put the magnet on there, close that. Oh, maybe should have used a little bit bigger. There we are. And then we can use, glued it on the wrong way, but never mind, doesn't matter. And just blend it in, and there we are. It doesn't matter if there's any ink goes over there. So now what we want is we want some journal cards and things to go in. We've got this one. That can go in there, and that reminds me of my mixed media bits. I think we'll have that one. No, I don't want that one. I want this one. It's a shipping tag that I did a wee while ago. There we are, and if we open that, quite like that. Oh, this little tag's gone. That's better, that goes better, because we've got the cream, we've got the green there, we've got the string. So yeah, so I quite like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one on here, on the bumblebee. So I have got some, I've got lots of bumblebee stamps, but this is one that I picked up from Hobbycraft. So there's a butterfly, a dragonfly and a ladybird. I quite like the bumblebee on that one, so I'm going to use Onyx Versafine, black onyx. I think we'll have a couple of bumblebees. Oh dear, not very good. I got it on the circle, but never mind. Creating that kind of matches the buttons. Probably makes it look more like a wasp. Maybe it needs a little bit more black on it. So what we'll do there is I've got a and I'm just putting a little bit more black. Makes it look a little bit more like a bumblebee. I know all the bees are different because the ones like this aren't as bright yellow. And we'll put that on there. That actually looks quite nice. Now it's got the bumblebees on, but we want a tag to go in there. So I think I've got a bumblebee tag, and it's a mixed media tag. I did do them last year sometime, so we'll put that in there, and it's got the little bumblebee dangle, and it's shrink plastic, so I did do a thing on shrink plastic of stamping on it, cutting it out and shrinking it down to make your little dangles. And we'll just put that bit there. I'm not putting it right down to the bottom, just and if that layer lifts up like that, so there we are. So you can make a lot of these and just leave them plain like the pockets and decorate them as you want, like what we did with that. Now I've not put anything in there, but I'm sure I'll find something. And it's all about journaling space and things like that. And there we are. So we'll do that. So I think what we'll do is we'll do alright, I don't want another one on there. We've got that one. So we'll decide what page we want the other one on. That's going to go there. So I think we could maybe have one there. Or there. Yep, I think we'll go for that one. So I don't want a deep one. I'm trying to think what I can use and do something different. How about that with a flat pocket? With a tall one. No, I'm going to go with this one. Whoops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that down, not quite yet. And then what I want is I want a flat pocket. That's my little flap to go around. I'm going to take this down. And we'll have that one there. So I'm just going to take this little slither off. And then I'm just fold that round. And there. And that's where that's going to go. And we're not going to join it with a magnet. We're going to join it with some string, some twine. So let me get my twine. To remind me. And put that out the way. And then I'm not going to stitch this one because that one's not stitched. Okay, so we've got that. I am going to have quite a deep, is it this one I used? Yep. So we'll kind of mimic it a bit. Yep. And we'll ink round this one, and because it's going in the tartan heart, what I want to do is I want to put a little bit of red on it, and I'm just using whatever's left. It could be lumberjack plaid or fired brick or aged mahogany, whichever. And I think I'll have a little bit of tartan down there, so we'll I'm going to put the thistle on this one. Yep. And Okay, we'll just trim that little bit off. Now what I need to do is I need to pick a button for this, and I would like that, but it's too let's see what we've got in this one. We've got any kind of looking for a red one, so just bear with me one moment while I find my button. The reason I've got so many buttons is I used to do button head pictures, so I'd do little stick people with button heads. That heart would be nice, but it's too small. Oh, there's a big one. Perfect. Perfectio. And look at this. I'm just practicing on the back page. Right, that's about right. So that's 5 1/4. So it's just to keep it right, 5 1/4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this flap that's 5 1/4. I'm going to pull that edge right out to that. Put the 2 edges on there. Bring that in a little bit more. And I'm going to stick that down there. So when I stick it down, I stick it on that flap, that flap, that flap, and that flap. Now what I want is that in there. In fact, I'm going to do it doubled. Because that'll fit round about there. Tie a knot. Doesn't have to be right up to the bottom. And we'll cut that off. Normally I would do this in one long line, but I don't want too much going behind. And I'm going to use a bit of double-sided sticky tape because that's about right. So that's our button. So then we want a loop which is, we'll tie a knot. And this wants to go around there. And I'm just sticking that on there. If I wanted, I could have put a back on this whole pocket and that would have worked better, but I'm just working with what I've got, so I'm sticking that on there and putting the sticky back on, and I'm cutting that off like that, and I'm cutting this bit off as well. So there we are. So and all you do is you just open that up and you've got your open flap like that. So I'm going to take that a little bit wider, that's it. Then we've got our tartan heart button, and I think I might do some dragonfly stamps just in edged mahogany, I think, and I'll try and not get the you can barely see them. Reminds me of when I was doing the Outlander journal. Dragonfly in Amber was one of the books, so this would have gone really well. I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to go for lumberjack plaid, I think. A little bit darker. I'm aware that I've got my button under there as well, so I'll just, I'm going to do secondary stamping. So you can just decorate these with anything, you don't have to. I just kind of, when I was getting my inks, realised that I had this set and I thought I'm going to use them. So, you know, just go in, pick up some stamps and say I'm going to use them. And there we are. So now we're going to find the page that we were putting it on. I think it was this one, wasn't it? Yep. And so and I'm gluing on the twine as well. Take that off. just sits nicely, nestles nicely in the stitching around the page. And because it's tartan hearts, we've got that there. And all you would do is you just open it and you can put some journaling space in there. I think we might get, there's a little bumblebee one, so we've got that going there. So we've got that ribbon, and we've got the dragonflies on that. Although I think I would tend to put more of a tartan one in that. No, I quite like it. And then just fasten your button, and that's it. It doesn't open. So I hope you get something out of that. It's been, I've really enjoyed doing this. So we've got our book there with our flaps there. We've got our bumblebee one there, and that's just a loose flap. And we've got our one for our tartan hearts. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.